Video 18, Week 6, Tips and Fun. All methods and tricks of division in one video. Here is a summary of what we are learning today. I have included the timeline so that you can jump into any specific section you like. Hello everyone, my name is Attila. Welcome to our 52-week program of Grammar School Maths Test. This is our 6th week. Today, we will learn all about division methods and tricks in one video. Please bookmark this video or subscribe so you can come back to it whenever you need it. If you have not subscribed to our channel yet, please subscribe now for exciting tips and fun. As this video is exclusive to division, we will teach you the 16 grid magic in video 21 next week. Division is sharing equally. Let's start with the basics. Properties of division. We have 4 components in a division. The first one is divisor, the number we are dividing by. Dividend, the number we are dividing. Result, quotient or how many times. Remainder, leftover. Number 1. Timetable division. This is just a basic division. Usually, we can divide the number into one line using a timetable. First, we have a dividend followed by a division sign. Then we have the divisor. And finally, we have the result or the quotient. Example, 50 divided by 5. 5 times 10 equals 50, so the answer is 10. In our daily life, we use this timetable method to divide things. For example, Emma buys 12 water bottles. She and 3 of her friends share these bottles equally. How many water bottles will each of them get? So it's simple. She has 12 water bottles, and there are 4 people. So each of them will get 12 divided by 4, or 3. We usually do not need a pen and paper to work out the simple division trick in our daily lives. Let me show you some tricks before we discuss standard division. Dividing by 5. We just remove the last digit from the dividend and multiply the rest by 2. Or double the dividend and put a decimal point after the ones. Let's see some examples.
20 divided by 5. Cross out 0, 2 times 2 is 4. 40 divided by 5. Cross out 0, 4 times 2 is 8. 100 divided by 5. Cross out 0, 10 times 2 is 20. 800 divided by 5. Cross out 0, 80 times 2 is 160. 18 divided by 5. 18 times 2 is 36. Put a decimal after 3. 32 divided by 5. 32 times 2 is 64. Put a decimal after 6. Amazing, isn't it?
Dividing by 25. Simple. Just multiply the dividend by 4 and put a decimal point after 2 digits. For example, 450 divided by 25 equals 450 times 4, or 1800. Now, put a decimal point after 2 digits. So 18 is your answer. 2. Standard short division. When the number is comparatively bigger and challenging to divide verbally, we use the short division method. Example, 744 divided by 6. First, we put the divisor, then a separating line, and then the dividend. On top, we put another line and write the result, or the quotient. So 6 times 1 is 6. We put 1 here. 6 times 2 is 12. We put 2 here. 6 times 4 equals 24. So we do not have any remainder, and the result is 124. Let's see some more examples.
On 24 divided by 4, 1 is smaller than 4. So we take 2 digits. 4 times 3 is 12. We put 3 on the top. 4 times 1 is 4. We put 1 on the top. So our quotient is 31. 721 divided by 7. 7 times 1 is 7. We put 1 on the answer line. 2 is smaller than 7, so we put 0 on the top and take 2 digits. 7 times 3 is 21. So the answer is 103. 329 divided by 8. We take 2 digits first, since 3 is smaller than 8. 8 times 4 is 32. We put 4 on the top. 8 times 1 is 8. We put 1 on the top. However, the last digit 9 is 1 more than 8. So 1 is our remainder. We put 1 with the answer as R1. In short division, we can divide the number in a line. Let's develop our basics further in long division.
3. Standard long division. Short division mainly involves mental calculations. However, long division is a more detailed step-by-step process. In short division, we subtract mentally, where we show each step of subtraction in detail in long division. Let's see some examples. 265 divided by 12. Since 2 is less than 12, we put 0 on top, and we take the next digit. Now, 12 goes into 26 twice, or 12 times 2 is 24. We put it under 26, put 2 on top. Then subtract 24 from 26. Here we have 2. Next, we bring down the next digit. We have 25 now. Again, 12 goes into 25 twice, so we have 22 and 1 as a remainder. Let's see some more examples.
8208 divided by 9. We take the first 2 digits. 9 times 9 is 81. 82 minus 801 is 1. We bring down 0. Now we have 10. 9 times 1 is 9. 10 minus 9 is 1. We bring down 8. 9 times 2 is 18. So 912 is the answer. 4217 divided by 13. 4 is smaller than 13. So we take 2 digits. 3 times 13 is 39. 40 minus 39 is 1. We bring down 1. We have 11. However, 11 is still smaller than 13. So we put 0 on the top and bring down another digit. So the rule is that we cannot bring down 2 digits at a time. Before we bring down the second digit, we must put a 0 on the top. Now 13 times 9 is 117, so 309 is the answer.
4. Division by distributive law. According to the distributive law, we can split the divisor into smaller numbers and divide. It makes the division amazingly simple. Example, 294 divided by 14. We can write as 294 divided by 2 divided by 7. That is, we split 14 and distribute it into 2 and 7. Now, 294 divided by 2 is 147. 147 divided by 7 is 21. Very simple, isn't it? Let's see some more examples.
3960 divided by 18. 3 times 6 is 18. So we split 18 into 3 and 6. We can do 2 and 9, but 3 and 6 is more balanced and convenient. However, you can do it either way. Now 3 times 1 is 1, 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 2 is 6. We bring down 0. Next, 6 times 2 is 12. We put the remainder 1 before the next digit. Again, 6 times 2 is 12. We bring down 0, so the answer is 220. 3465 divided by 21. We split 21 into 3 and 7. 3 times 1 is 1. 3 times 1 is 1. We put the remainder 1 before 6. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 5 is 15. Now 7 times 1 is 7. We put the remainder 4 before 5. 7 times 6 is 42. We put the remainder 3 before 5. 7 times 5 is 35. The beauty of this method is that we get the remainder before the quotient. Example, 1086 divided by 35. We split 35 into 5 and 7. Now 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 1 is 5. We put remainder 3 before 6. 5 times 7 is 35. We have a remainder of 1. That's our final remainder. Now 7 times 3 is 21. 7 times 1 is 7. So our final answer is 31, R1. Amazing, isn't it?
Number 5. Line method division. For the line method, you literally do not need any knowledge of the times table. Let me show you the process. 246 divided by 2. Here we have 2 as a divisor. So first, we put 2 horizontal lines and 50% of our work is done. Now, place 246 with some gap on top of the line. Draw vertical lines under 2 until we get the same numbers of points on the top. Here, we draw one line and get 2 points. So, we do not need to draw any more lines. Next digit is 4. Drawing one line, we get 2 points. So we draw another line. Now we get 4 points. It's done for the second digit. Now we move on to the last digit. 1 line, 2 points. 2 lines, 4 points. 3 lines, we have 6 points. That's done. Now we count the vertical lines. Here we have 1 line, here 2 lines, and here we have 3 lines. So the answer is 123. However, it is better to use vertical lines for the 2-digit plus divisor. Let's see some more examples.
394 divided by 3. We draw 3 vertical lines for the divisor 3. Then we put the dividend as shown, first hundreds, then tens, and finally ones. Here we draw one line and we get 3 points. To get 9 points, we draw 3 lines here. Here we draw one line and we get 3 points. However, if we draw 2 lines, we get 6 points, which is more than 4. So we keep one line and 1 is our remainder. Let's see division by a 2-digit number. 169 divided by 13. For divisor 1, we draw one line on the left. And for 3, we draw 3 lines on the right. Now we count points differently here. The bottom right is for ones, the bottom left is for tens, and the top left is for hundreds. Now we put 1 here, 6 here, and 9 here. For 1, we draw one line. We count only this corner. Here we count 2 corners diagonally. We have 3 here, so we need 3 more lines to get 6 points. Finally, in 1's position, we already have 9 points. Since our divisor is 2 digits, we take these 2 digits. So our answer is 13. Let's try another number, 204 divided by 12. Let's set up the diagram and put the dividend according to place value. For hundreds, we count this corner. For tens, we count this corner. For ones, we count this corner. For 2 points, we draw 2 lines. However, for tens, we already have 4 points, which is more than 0. So we subtract 1 from here and add 10 with 0. We have 2 points here. We need 8 more points. So we draw 8 lines here. However, when we count ones, we have 16 points, but we have only 4. So we cross out our 1 from 10 and add 10 to 4. Now we have 14 points in 1's position. Finally, we have 1 line here and 7 lines here. So our answer is 17. The further we go, the more complex it will be. However, let me show you the diagram for division by a 3-digit number. 44616 divided by 143. The final diagram looks like this. For ones, we count C1 points. For tens, C2 plus C3. For hundreds, we count total points of C4, C5 and C6. For thousands, C7 and C8. And finally, for 10,000s, we count only C9 points. The answer is 312. Thank you for watching.
Number 6. Long division by a 2-digit or 3-digit tricks. This one is an interesting one. You can divide any long number by 2 digits in seconds. Example, 6,743 divided by 83. First, we set the number similar to long division. However, separate the divisor ones from the divisor tens. We may put ones little bit down. Now, divide the usual by 8. So, 8 times 8 is 64. Put it under 67 and subtract. We have 3. Now, bring down 4. Now, we use the ones. Multiply ones by the result of 8. So 3 times 8 equals 24. Subtract 24 from 34. That's the process. We will repeat the process until all the digits is finished. We have 10 now. So 8 times 1 is 8. We put 1 in the result and 10 minus 8 is 2. We bring down 3. Whenever we bring down any digit, we multiply the result by 1 and subtract. So, 3 times 1 is 3. After subtraction, we have 20. Since there are no more digits to bring down, 20 is a remainder. So we have 81 and a remainder of 20. Let's practice more.
6892 divided by 86. Here, 8 times 8 is 64. Put 64 under 68 and subtract. We have 49. Now 6 times 8 is 48. 48 minus 49 is 1. Since 1 is smaller than 8, we put 0 in the quotient. Now bring down 2. We have 12. 6 times 0 is 0. Since there is no more digit left, our remainder is 12. So the answer is 80 or 12. Let's see a 3-digit example. 7056 divided by 126. 12 times 5 is 60. 70 minus 60 is 10. We bring down 5. Now 6 times 5 is 30. We put it here and subtract from 105. Now we have 75. 6 times 12 is 72. We put 6 in the quotient and subtract 72 from 75. We have 3. Now we bring down the last digit 6. Whenever we bring down any digit, we multiply the ones by the last digit of the quotient. So 6 times 6 is 36. 36 minus 36 is 0. Since we do not have any more digits and no remainder, our answer is 56. Amazing, isn't it?
Number 7. Base method down. It is another method of dividing long numbers, and we don't even need a calculator at all. In this method, we round the divisor to the nearest 10, 100,000, and so on. For example, if the divisor is 9, its nearest base is 10. 9 is 1 less than 10, so we divide by 1. Similarly, 93 is 7 less than 100. So, we divide the dividend by 7 only. Let's have some examples. 71 divided by 9. 10 minus 9 is 1. So, we divide 71 by 1. Now, we separate the ones. Put 7 straight down. Then, 1 times 7 is 7. Put it under 1. Since we don't have any more digits, we stop here. Now, add 1 plus 7. This 8 is our remainder, and our quotient is 8. So the answer is 7 remainder 8. More examples. 72 divided by 9. 10 minus 9 is 1. Bring down 7. Then 1 times 7 is 7. Then 7 plus 2 is 9. Now the remainder is 9, which equals the divisor. So we put 0 here and add 1 to the quotient. Amazing, isn't it? Let's see more examples.
23876 divided by 96. 96 is nearer to 100, so its base is 100. Now 100 minus 96 is 04. We take 0 before 4 to make it 2 digits. For 100 base, we need 2 digits as a divisor. Since 100 has 2 zeros, we separate the last 2 digits of the dividend. Now our setup is complete. Let's start. We bring down 2. Next, we multiply each digit of the divisor by 2. 0 times 2 is 0. Put it under 3. 4 times 2 is 8. Put it under 8. Now add the second column. 3 plus 0 is 3. Bring down 3. Again multiply 04 by 3. 0 times 3 is 0. We put it under 8. 4 times 3 is 12. We put it under 7. Now add the third column. It's 16. Again multiply 04 by 16. 0 times 16 is 0. Put it under 12. 4 times 16 is 64. Since we do not have any more digits left, we stop here. Add the decimal column. Now we carry forward. For 70, we keep 0 and add 7 with 19. We have 26. For the quotient part, we keep 6 in one's place and add 1 to 3. So our quotient is 246. Now for the remainder part, we have 260, which is more than 96. So we divide it further. We bring down 2. 0 times 2 is 0. 4 times 2 is 8. So we have 2 quotients and 68 as a remainder. So our total quotient is 246 plus 2 or 248. Final answer is 248, remainder 68.
Number 8. Base method up. It is similar to the base down method, but this time we subtract instead of adding. Let's see some examples. 72 divided by 12. So 12 is nearer to 10, so the base is 10, and 12 is 2 more than 10. So we reduce 12 into 10 by subtracting 2, then divide by -2. Since 10 has 1 0, we separate the ones first. Now we put 7 straight down. Then -2 times 7 is -14. 2 minus 14 is -12. We cannot keep a negative sign here, so we subtract 1 from 7 and bring the divisor value to the remainder. So 12 minus 12 is 0. Our final answer is 6. We use a smaller number so that you can understand. Let's see some more examples.
Base up. Let's do a 4-digit division. 328212 divided by 1013. 1013 is nearer to 1000, so it's base 1000. Now 1013 minus 1000 is -013. We divide the dividend by this number. Since 1000 base has 3 0, we separate the last 3 digits of the dividend. Now our setup is complete. Let's start the division. We bring down 3. 0 times 3 is 0. Put it under 2. -1 times 3 is -3. Put it under 8. -3 times 3 is -9. Put it under 2. Now add the second column, which is 2. 2 times 0 is 0. Put under -3. -1 times 2 is -2. Put under -9. -3 times 2 is -6. We put under 1. Add the third column and we have 5. We have 0 here. -1 times 5 is -5. -3 times 5 is -15. Put it under 2. Since we do not have any more digits left, we stop here. We have a quotient of 325. However, our remainder is negative. So we subtract 1 quotient and add 1013 to the remainder part. So our remainder is 0. So the final answer is 324 and no remainder.
9. Vedic method without base. This method is similar to method 6 but in a different format. Let's do it.
369 divided by 82. First, we separate the ones from the divisor and the dividend. 3 is smaller than 8, so we take 2 digits. Now 8 times 4 is 32. We put the quotient 4 here. We put 32 here and subtract from 36. We place this remainder 4 behind the digit 9. Now we multiply 2 with quotient 4. So 4 times 2 is 8. We put it under 9 and subtract. After subtraction, we have 41. This is our remainder. However, we can convert it into a decimal. Now 8 times 5 is 40. We subtract again and put it behind 0. We can add 0 after the decimal point. Now 2 times 5 is 10. 10 minus 10 is 0. So our quotient is 4 and the decimal part is 5. So the final answer is 4.5. Let's do a 3-digit division. 6 to 49 divided 151. Separate 1 from the divisor and separate 9 from the dividend. 15 times 4 is 60. 4 is the quotient. We subtract 60 from 64, then put the remainder 4 behind 9. Now multiply 1 by the quotient 4 and put it under 9. 49 minus 4 is 45. 45 is our remainder. For a decimal, we repeat the process. 15 times 3 is 45. 45 minus 45 is 0, so we stop here. So our final answer is 4 remainder 45, or 4.3. Although this method is similar to method 6, I believe method 6 is much easier. Please comment on your opinion. Agree or disagree? Dot method. This method is very simple. We just draw dots for the divisor and the dividend. Connect the dividend dots with the same pattern of divisor dots to get the result. Example, 54 divided by 4. Here we have 4 dots in a single column for the divisor. So we connect 4 dots from the dividend dots. We connect 4 dots. Now we have 1 dot remaining. We cannot take 1 dot from this column and 3 dots from the next column. 4 dots must be connected from the same column. So we shift 1 dot to the next column. For the place value, 1 dot from the tens column is equivalent to 10 dots in the ones column. So we draw 10 more dots. Now we connect 4 dots at a time. We connect 3 times and there are 2 remaining dots. Now we count how many starting points we have in each column. Here we have 1 and here we have 3. So the answer is 13. And the remainder are 2. Let's see some more examples. 132 divided by 12. Let's draw dots first. Now the divisor pattern is we select 1 dot from the first column and 2 dots from the second column. So we take 1 dot from the first column and 2 dots from the second column. There is no more dot remaining in the first column, so we move to the second column. We take 1 dot from the second column and 2 dots from the third column. Since no more dots are remaining, we stop here. Now we have 1 starting point from the first column and 1 starting point from the second column. So the answer is 11. (302) divided by 13. So we take 1 dot from the first column and 3 from second column. Since the second column value is 0, we remove 1 dot from the hundreds column and put 10 dots in the tens column. Now connect 1 and 3, again 1 and 3, no dots remaining in the first column. So we move to the second column. We remove 1 dot from the tens column. 1 and 3, again 1 and 3, and again 1 and 3. We do not have any dots remaining in the second column. However, we have 3 dots remaining in the last column, so 3 is our remainder. Now we have 2 starting points in the first column and 3 starting points in the second column, so the answer is 23 remainder 3. Do not skip column. Example 222. Divided by 12, we connect 1 and 2. Now second column does not have dot, so we cannot connect 1 dot from the first column and 2 dots from the third column. So we remove 1 dot from the first column and add 10 dots to the second column. Now connect 1 dot from the second column and 2 dots from the third column. Now the third column does not have a dot, so we shift 10 dots. Now we can connect 1 dot and 2 dots 5 times. Next we move another 10 dots. Now we connect another 2 times. Since no more dots are remaining in the second column, we stop here. The remaining 6 dots in the last column are our remainder. So we have 1 starting point in the first column and 8 starting points in the second column. So the answer is 18 remainder 6. 11324 divided by 102. We connect 1 dot from first column, skip second column and connect 2 dots from third column. We repeat the process. We connect 1 dot from the third column, skip the fourth column, and 2 dots from the fifth column. We have 1 starting point in columns 1, 2, and 3. In the fifth column, we have 2 remaining dots, so the answer is 111 remainder 2. Amazing, isn't it? Number 11. Box method. This method is similar to the dot method, except we draw dots in a box. Example, 2535 divided by 12. Let's draw dots as shown. Select 1 dot from the first box and 2 dots from the second box. Repeat the process. Next, select 1 dot from the second box and 2 dots from the third box. Finally, 1 dot from the third box and 2 dots from the fourth box. These 3 dots in the last box are our remainder. Now, count our starting or ending points of selection. Our selection ends twice in the second box, so we write 2, 1 time in the third box and 1 time in the fourth box. So, the answer is 211 remainder 3. Since it is the same method as the dot method, we are not given any more examples. However, you can practice with different numbers. If you struggle, please comment and we will give you the solution. Number 12. Spiral method. In this method, we draw boxes for the dividend. If the dividend has 3 digits, we draw 3 boxes. Example, 804 divided by 11. We draw 3 boxes as shown. The top box is for hundreds, the second one is for tens, and the bottom one is for ones. We put the dividend according to place value. We diagonally separate each box. The top part is for the quotient, and the bottom part is for the remainder. Now, how many times does 11 go into 8? 0. So, our quotient is 0, and we carry down the remainder 8. Now we have 80. 7 times 11 is 77. So, we have 7 quotients and 3 as a remainder. We follow the same process until all digits are finished. So, next we have 34. 3 times 11 is 33. We have 3 quotients and 1 as a remainder. This one is our final remainder. So, from box 2, we have 7 quotients, and from box 3, we have 3 quotients. So the final answer is 73 remainder 1. Please feel free to comment. Let us know which method you like most.
Fraction division. So far, we have learned how to divide a larger number by a smaller number. However, how do we divide a smaller number by a larger number? For example, 9 divided by 72. It is not 8, it is 1/8. So, let me show you some tricks to divide larger fractions and find the result in decimal. Example, 12/86. Before we solve it, let's see the basics of proportion. 1/2 is the same as 2/4. 2/4 is the same as 4/8. That is, when we multiply or divide the top and the bottom by the same value, the fraction value is unchanged. First, we roughly identify the proportion of 12/86. 7 times 12 is 84, so the proportion here is roughly 1/7. Now, we make divisors to the nearest base, 10, 100, and so on. 86 is nearer to 100, so we add 14 to 86 and add the proportionate value to 12. That is, we multiply 7 times 2, which is 14. Similarly, we multiply 1 by 2 and add it to 12. So we have 14 divided by 100, so the answer is 0.14. Let's check with the calculator. 0.139, if we round it is 0.14. As I said, it is a close approximate value. That's all from 11 Plus Maths Genius for this week. Next week we will do more fun and tricks. If you like it, please share with your friends and please subscribe and don't miss any of our lectures, mocks, tips or fun. Until then, be vigilant when you are outside, stay safe, stay healthy, and practice more. And I'll see you guys later in the next video. Bye guys.